Hello everyone, it's Olumayowa Victor Ogunshola from iDPS. iDPS means I diagnose and proffer solutions. Today I've got something very interesting for everybody. Are you a student? Are you an entrepreneur? Are you working in an organization anywhere in the world? Today's topic is for everybody, like I said. So today I will be talking about leadership versus management. Today I will be talking about leadership versus management. Is leadership the same as management? Is management the same as leadership? Or is there any difference between leadership and management? This is what I will be tackling today. And the main reason I tackle this lesson today is that from time to time, I see that students are indeed confused about who is a leader and who is a manager. I remember in London, a lot of students came to me to ask about these questions, and we actually had a debate about this. Also in Nigeria, several students were confused about is a leader a manager and is a manager a leader. And this is already happening here in the Netherlands as well. And this is why I put this video together, leadership versus management. Is there any difference? If you come with me to the whiteboard, I've prepared nicely everything on leadership and also on management. So let's do justice to this topic. Please enjoy. So let's start with leadership. What is leadership? The first thing I like to say is that when we talk about leadership, some keywords should come to your mind. The first word should be inspire. So I tell you that leaders inspire. The other word that should already come to your mind is influence. Leaders influence others. Another word that should come to your mind is motivation. Leaders motivate others. So look at the three keywords already, telling you something about who a leader is. A leader is that individual that can inspire, influence, or motivate others. But I put down a little bit of a definition here for what leadership is. Let's look at that, please. Leadership is the action of inspiring and influencing a group of people towards a common goal. Which means when we talk about leadership, there must be a goal involved. So the leader inspires, influences, and motivates a group of people so that they can achieve a common goal. What I have done here is I have listed top 10 leadership skills. First is motivate. So are you down at times and you cannot just get up to do the next task or to take on the next responsibility? But then there is that colleague, or maybe that superior colleague in terms of a manager, who comes to you and can motivate you to move on and get the job done. That individual has got a leadership skill. So leaders motivate, yeah? Or maybe yourself, you have noticed that you are always good at encouraging people to do things right. So you are good at motivating people, then you have got a leadership skill there. Second skill of a leader is delegate. So leaders can delegate, and by that it means that they can transfer part of their responsibilities to others. Why would they transfer parts of their responsibilities to others? Because they trust these other individuals, because they want to use this as an avenue to empower these other individuals, because they want to use it as an avenue also to motivate these other individuals. So leaders can delegate, okay? And when a leader delegates, they don't have to go to bed. When you delegate as a leader, you, depending on who you are delegating to, you can monitor from time to time. You can give advice from time to time when that individual takes on the task. But if that individual is an expert in that field, then you can leave them to do the job and just get feedback from them. But when you delegate duties as a leader, the responsibility of that particular task lies with you. So if anything goes wrong with that particular task, we will not blame the person you have delegated to. We will blame you, the leader who has delegated that particular duty. Leaders are creative, which means they can make something out of nothing. Leaders are creative. Leaders give feedback to their followers. Okay? And there's a whole lot of things on how to give feedback. So when effective leaders give the right feedback to their followers. And what do we mean by right feedback? By right feedback, we mean that they start with the positives, telling the follower or employee or subordinate, these are the things that you are doing so right. Well done. Lovely jubbly. Well done. Well done for doing these things right. However, we think that you need to improve on elements A, B, and C. Again, well done for getting elements D, E, and F very right. Okay? So leaders give feedback. Leaders are committed to a cause. Remember, in the definition of leadership, we said that they are influencing, inspiring, motivating people towards a common goal. So leaders are committed to a goal. Okay? Leaders are usually flexible. Okay? So leaders are usually flexible. After all, we always say the business environment is not stable. So with leaders, they are usually flexible. Assertiveness. With leaders, it's always the attitude of a win-win situation. Leaders are not submissive. Leaders are not aggressive, but leaders are assertive. Okay? Assertive means I'm happy, you are happy. I'm satisfied, you're satisfied. Okay? Assertiveness is an important leadership skill. Leaders are proactive, which means they think ahead. So they think about long-term goals. They don't wait for something to happen and then there is a trouble situation. No, leaders think ahead and they are proactive. Okay, leaders learn from mistakes. Could be from mistakes within their own group. It could be from mistakes within another group. But once a leader sees that, oops, that has happened to that group, the leaders are careful enough to make sure that that mistake doesn't reoccur. Okay, so leaders learn from mistakes. Finally, the 10th skill there is that leaders are effective communicators. So when leaders communicate, the message is clear. The message has to be clear. When a leader communicates, you cannot afford to say, I thought that was what you meant. No. When a leader communicates, you understand exactly what he or she is talking about. So, leadership skill, effective communication. Again, what I like to call your attention here to some very key words of leadership. Leaders inspire, leaders motivate, leaders influence, and leaders encourage others towards a common goal. What I have here are some real life examples of leaders. I have here firstly religious leaders. Apologies to people that are not religious, but Jesus Christ is a leader and Prophet Muhammad is also a leader. Okay, these are religious leaders from the Christianity and the Islamic religions. Okay, I have other kinds of leaders here. Nelson Mandela is an African leader on the African continent. From South Africa, Nelson Mandela is a leader. I have here Mahatma Gandhi from India. That is an Asian leader. Okay, Mahatma Gandhi is a leader from India. Mark Zuckerberg is a leader in the business world. Okay, CEO of Facebook, Mark Zuckerberg is a leader. And then I have here Oprah Winfrey, Oprah Winfrey is a leader in her industry. So let's look at these people, yeah? Jesus Christ, Prophet Muhammad, Nelson Mandela, Mahatma Gandhi, Mark Zuckerberg, Oprah Winfrey. These guys can inspire, motivate, influence, and encourage others towards a common goal. So that's leadership done, ladies and gentlemen. Let's come to management. Unlike a leader, where definition is about inspiring and influencing others, for a manager, it's different. But there's a similarity. A leader wants to achieve a goal, a manager wants to achieve a goal. But the approach to which they try to achieve that goal is different. For the manager, he or she gets things done through people. There is a goal. A and B, you have to do this so that we achieve that goal. C and D, you have to do that so that we achieve that goal. E and F, come this way, do it that way so that we achieve that goal. That's more of a manager, getting things done through people. If you have a manager at work, think about it right now. The managers are getting things done through you and your other colleagues so that they can achieve the goals and objectives of the organization that you work for. Okay? Also, when we talk about management, it's about forecasting and planning, it's about organizing, it's about coordinating, it's about controlling, and it's about commanding. Okay? These are the 5 functions of management according to Henry Fayol. Now, let's talk about the top 10 management skills or managerial skills. Management, it's about planning. We have scarce resources. It's never enough. So you have to plan to avoid waste. You have to plan in order to satisfy customers. You have to plan so that you make profits. So management is about planning. Management is also, number 2, about problem solving. There is a problem. Okay? That problem is to satisfy the needs of the customers or the clients. Okay? So problem solving. Number 3, strategic thinking. Okay? Of course, when we talk about management, we have the operational managers, the tactical managers, and the strategic managers. So these very senior managers are always thinking about long-term goals. Long-term goals. Where will our company be in 15 years' time? Shall we buy that other business so that our business can expand and we make more profit? Strategic thinking. Managers are always involved in strategic thinking. Like I already said before, number 4 and number 5, I talked about in the definition already. Organizing, monitoring, and controlling. These are also functions of a manager. Number 6 is quite interesting because the manager can reward and the manager can punish. The employees that are doing well, meeting targets, that are working in agreement with the goals and objectives of the organization, the managers can reward them. You know, well done, you've just met your target again. Indeed, I am recommending you for a promotion. That's a kind of reward. On the other hand, the employees who do not meet targets, who make the organization lose some money, who make the organization get customers that are not happy, such employees can be punished by the managers. Delegating, just like I explained in leadership, managers can delegate. A manager can say to the employee, I was meant to do X, but because I have to go to the headquarters to do Y and Z, could you please take care of X for me? So managers can as well delegate. And like I explained under leadership, when the manager delegates, they are still to be held responsible for the outcome of such task. Communicate. Manager should have effective communication skills, okay, in order to get messages across to the employees. Managers are good administrators because they plan the resources, they plan the work schedule, They plan the work. For example, who is at work on Monday, who is at work on Tuesday, and all of that. The managers are very effective administrators. The 10th one here is that managers are usually profit oriented. I want us to think about it. Is there a difference between goal oriented and profit oriented? But someone says the goal of the organization could be to make more profits. So for managers, they are more profit oriented. Top 10 skills of managers, ladies and gentlemen. What do I have here as well? For leaders will take a risk because they are creative, okay? Because they are flexible, they will take a risk. But for managers, they normally like to maintain status quo. A manager will tell you, this is how we do it. This is the policy. This is the structure. Maintaining status quo. This is how we do it. But for a leader, because the leader is creative, because the leader is flexible, the leaders are willing to take risk. So ladies and gentlemen, that's you can tell yourself already if there's a difference between leadership and management. I'd like to end it by looking at what we have on the smartboard here, please. So when you say the boss there, I mean manager, okay? So let's look at that. The manager drives the employees, controlling them with some sort of force. But the leader coaches the employees, as you can see. The manager depends on authority, the legitimate power. According to French and Raven, authority, they're talking about legitimate power. So the manager depends on authority, but the leader depends on goodwill. So the employees sometimes do not like their manager, but because he is the boss, she is the boss, they just have to do it. But for the managers, they depend on goodwill. Yeah, the manager inspires fear. The leader generates enthusiasm. So for the manager, the employee goes, oh my goodness, I have not finished my task. How will I have to finish my task, because if I don't finish it, my manager will be mad at me. But in the case of a leader, the employee is enthusiastic to actually complete that task. The manager says, I want you to finish this by. But for the leader, we have to finish this by. Can you see there's so much difference? Hi, Mikey, I want you to finish this by Friday. It's different from, hi, Mikey, we've got to finish this by Friday. So you can see that yourself, yeah? The manager places blames for the breakdown. Quick to blame someone, yeah? But the leader fixes the breakdown. Let's forget about the break. That's already done already. How do we fix it? Yeah? The manager knows how it is done, because usually the manager is the expert at times. Yeah? The leader shows how it is done. Okay? The manager knows how it is done, but the leader leads by example. So the leader says, let me show you how to put this on, and then they show you how it is done. Yeah? The manager uses people. They don't care about you. They just care about targets, managers. But a manager that's already evolved from a manager to become a leader does not use people. They develop people. They spot your talents and develop people. Yeah? The manager takes credits. Oh, we met the target. I'm going to the headquarters for the meeting. I'm happy that we met the target. Takes credits. But a leader gives credit. Mikey and Sarah, I'm very happy that you guys have worked really hard. We met the targets. And that's for the manager. I'll just put on the light back, please. Hand on me, please. Thank you. The manager commands. This has to be done. Can you submit that file by Friday? That's the manager. the leader asks, is it possible to submit the file on Friday? He says two different things. I want you to submit the file by Friday. Goodbye. And is it possible to submit the file by Friday? There's two different things. Yeah? The leader does not command, they ask. And finally, the manager says, go. But the leader never says go. The leader says, let's go. Because a leader leads by example. Let's go and get it done. But the manager says, go and get it done. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I believe that with this video of mine, I've been able to talk to you today about leadership versus management. Now, I believe that you should come to your conclusions. Are there any differences between a leader and a manager? I would like to come to my conclusions in this video. And my conclusions is that it is possible that there are absolutely differences, okay? Because we say the manager, I can put that down here, the leader thinks from their heart, yeah? The leader thinks from the heart, okay? But the manager, yeah? The manager thinks from the head. Yeah, you can say that. Yeah. So there is a difference. What I would like to say to us is that it's possible that a manager can evolve from being a manager to a leader. So somebody can start from the act of planning, organizing, coordinating, control, and commanding, and they get things done through others. Yeah. But with experience, with more managerial or leadership education, they can evolve from being a manager to a leader, and instead of planning and controlling or commanding or organizing, they begin to inspire, they begin to motivate, they begin to influence, and they begin to encourage employees. So my last word would be, are you a manager in any organization out there? Perhaps this is what you've been doing. This is good. But what is best practice is that you begin to inspire, motivate, influence, and encourage your employees, yeah, and everyone that works with you. Thank you very much. I hope you find this useful. I would like to get feedback, of course. I would like to get feedback, please. Oh, that's stuck now. Just a minute, please. So I would like to get feedback. Have you enjoyed this video? Do you think there's something I can improve on? Please kindly send us an email at info@idpsconsults.com, or please visit the website www.idpsconsults.com and send us a message on how we can serve you better. For us at iDPS, for me especially, we have to educate the world. So please share this video as much as possible so that we can educate ourselves. I'd like to get your feedback on where I can serve you better. Thank you very much. As you know, I will not go until I talk about my passion. And my passion is what you can see right there on the screen. Africa must develop. So I say, are you an African anywhere in the world? Please keep doing something to promote African development, and keep doing everything to promote African unity. Africa must develop. Thank you. So I'd like to say thank you in English language. In Dutch language here from Netherlands, I'd like to say dank u wel. From Nigeria, West Africa, in Yoruba language, I'd like to say ẹ ṣé o. Bye.